Good morning, Carm. Good morning, Carol. Greetings and salutations. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. Looks like I need to move up a little bit. I'm glad you're here too, and I'm glad I'm here, Jan, and I'm glad all our pals are here. You know, it pays to get artsy with your friends, doesn't it? It's a nice way to start the day, I think. So, I had a dream again last night of a new thing for us to do. A new artsy thing. So let's see if it comes out like it did in my dreams. So let's see. It is sunny here today, and it is going to be hot. It is going to be 93. Jeff went in the pool yesterday, and he said it wasn't as freezing as the last time he went. I know that that's a ringing endorsement, but better than it was last week, I guess. Good morning, Keels. How are you today? So good. So good. I am doing great. My strawberries are just quite fabulous. I can't even describe, seriously. Thunderstorms, really? Oh, Jan, those are good painting days though, aren't they? Or snuggling on the couch with a good book. Hey, Lucy, how are you? If you are brand new here, if you would follow and like me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would be greatly appreciative. And then be sure to ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Aunt Corbiere Scott. That is the best community in all the land. And the most creative and the most supportive and encouraging. You'll be so glad you did. That's for sure. One thing I wanted to talk about was, yes, if you are on Instagram, no pressure or anything, but if you are on Instagram, I launched my very first ever Instagram giveaway. It runs a little bit differently than here on Facebook, and so if you are on Instagram, if you will make sure that you follow me, obviously, and then like and save the post. Remember we talked about the little banner button is how you save it. If you like and to be in the giveaway, you need to like and save the post. You need to follow me. You need to tag some friends who you think might want to win one of those darling Aunt Judy bumblebee pins. And share it to your stories if you are so inclined. So if you do all three of those, then you're in the running for a Aunt Judy bumblebee pin, and they are just darling. Seriously, look at them. Just look at it. So it's my artwork is behind there, and there's that little rubbery cap to the pin. There you go. So make sure you hop on over to do that today. Hi, Terry. Holy tamale, Terry, you have a lot of names. Terry McIntyre, Notham, Pretlow. How are you? I'm so welcome. Welcome. We have ourselves a time here every Tuesday and Thursday. So Terry, if you would follow and like me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate it. And then ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Aunt Corbiere Scott. I would greatly appreciate it. And one of the questions here is I ask for your email so that you'll be on my distribution list for my little newsletter that goes out, and then you kind of know what's happening in the artsy world of Aunt Corbiere Scott Designs. Hey Sue, how are you this morning? So nice to see you. See being the operative word, right? So don't forget to, if you haven't already asked to join Ornamentally Yours, make sure you do that. My class is next Friday, April 15th. There are 3 days of free classes. 10 artists are doing free classes throughout those 3 days, and you are welcome to all of them. It's our great big thank you for everyone following us and supporting us throughout the COVID. And you know what? We just like to make stuff. So I am doing a spring banner, and my class is, sorry about that. I can feel it coming on. Good morning, Barbara. My class is next Friday morning at 10 a.m. Arizona time, and we are going to be making a spring banner, and it's all about flowers, of course. Let's see. This Saturday, don't forget, this Saturday is Let's Get Artsy Together Apart, our artist study series. And it's right here on the Aunt Corbiere Scott Designs Facebook group. It is a free art workshop where we do an artist study series. So join us. Just bring your artsy supplies and an art journal or a piece of paper, whatever. You'll have lots of fun, I promise. Whimsical lettering went up on the website yesterday. So there's a brand new hand-drawn font up there. We always study 2 fonts. We study my whimsical lettering font, and then I draw another font for us to play with in conjunction with the whimsical lettering. And if you've taken my past whimsical lettering classes, in conjunction with all of those other fonts too. So Saturday, April 17th at 9 a.m. Arizona time. Be sure to go to the website and register for that. Oh, and I have some new prompts. Shut up, they're so fun. Let's Get Artsy with our Bibles will go up probably tomorrow. I'm working on getting it ready to, so the newsletter will have the sneaky peeky of the artwork. I try always to have the newsletter be you guys get the first glimpse at whatever the newest thing that's coming up is. May Day celebration is happy birthday to Aunt Corbiere Scott Designs. There'll be lots of giveaways. There's going to be a brand new art printable that I was just drawing, putting some finishing touches on last night as I was watching some crazy TV, that Animal Kingdom. That's a crazy show, but well, whatever. And we'll have a special birthday party, pop-in paint party on Saturday, May 1st. I think that's all of the... Oh, and there's a new blog post up as of yesterday. It is Tessa's buzzworthy Aunt Judy slimline card, where she gives you all of the supplies that she uses and her step-out instructions, her little process, and there's some close-up pictures of her coloring. So be sure to check that out. That is on our website, and the header for the blog is Let's Get Artsy with Anne. So, without further ado, let's get started with some painting. Okay, so here's what... and one more thing. Our Inspire Your Heart with Art journaling class is up on the website, and this is the art. Each 3-month chunk, I give you some free artwork to incorporate in your art journal however you see fit. It is 3 months of art journaling for $15. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so here's what I was dreaming last night. So I have my 2 pieces that I painted, one the other day and one previous, who knows. Anyway, here's what so once it's dry, remember we can break the fibers in those, in that watercolor paper. I'm sure that sounds horrible on camera, but it does really work like a charm. And then I'm just gonna run this finger across the back of the, watercolor paper, and that's gonna help break it up too. And then your paper is gonna lay flatter than it would, than it did after it dried with all that water. I will tell you, this thinner watercolor paper, this is 90 pound. You know, if you're a purist, you're not gonna feel like it's truly watercolor paper, but you know what, tough tamales. We're making cards, and I will tell you that I have found that it really holds quite a bit of water and works beautifully for what I'm creating with it. So here's what I was kind of thinking about. So I'm going to start with this one because I did like a second coat, I think, of watercolor. You know how I like to do like a watery wash, and then I come back in and deepen my colors. So I had a couple of ideas. Oh, everybody make sure you have a drink. So we're highly hydrated. And then take a drink right now. Okay, so my first thought was I'm gonna take the end of a paintbrush and get it wet, and then come into my brown. I'm going to use my mister and activate my watercolors so they're ready to go. So I'm just taking some brown on the end, and then I'm just going to come in with dots of color. There we go. So just kind of how we're doing it, we do it with the Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White, how we build with color, with white in that way. I want to do it with color. I just feel like it's gonna really add some cool dimension, and see this one. I thought I had another brown in this set. Or we could come in, oh no, there's no brown in here, but we could come in with this kind of khaki-ish color. See what we get that way. Yep, that's exactly what I'm looking for. My idea is that I want to just really build some nice, oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. Oh, goodness. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Goodness sakes. Okay, so my idea is that I want to do some stippling, but with paint. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Does that show? I hope. So I'm gonna come in here and use that same, it's sort of a goldenrod-ish color. There we go. I feel like this is, number one, super fun. Number two, it just like totally changes the vibe of the whole painting, which I think is a good thing. Clean off the end of my paintbrush on my paint cloth. And then let's see. So I'm just gonna continue to build on this. And then my idea is I wanna build with paint, and then I wanna come in and do some pen work. In my head, that's what I'm gonna do. So, just activating that paint. Okay, so this one, I'm going to use this yellow that I used on this flower here. And that's kind of cool to just do some tone-on-tone building. Get some water in there. Yep. This, oh my gosh, don't you love when something turns out kind of just how you dreamed it to be? Literally dreamed. So I'm just little by little adding some random dots of color. Right? Can you, is that showing up on camera? I hope. The, let me know if that is showing. There we go. There you can see it. So do you see how it's just, number one, it's giving a little tiny bit of dimension, because it'll, when it dries, it'll dry flat, like up here. But it's also just giving just a little bit more texture. So I'm feeling like that's so cool. Let's activate these blues and purples. And just note, so you can go in with the same color, like tone on tone, or you can do like I did here and build some dimension with other colors. So for the let's see, for the clover, I'm feeling like I want to do those dark spots, have a little bit of, see, like in between each little, I don't know what those are called on a clover, but you know, the piece that you pull out and run through your teeth. I just want those to have just a little, that's where I'm kind of trying to put some dots of color. So here, 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 here. And I'm doing some 2 different colors of purple because I want it to be to have a little more depth, you know. I should have started up high first because I'm gonna have to reach my arm over that. That's not a good thing. It's kind of overcast right now. Hopefully that passes. I'm really liking this. So this one, this printable, I have, like I said, I painted 2 layers of color. Like I did my washi layer, and then I did my, kind of my dimension builder layer. So it will be interesting to see how this all, how it dries, how things, all right. Whoops. Now I'm just gonna continue to build color in this way. Allergies, and I didn't even know it. So now let's come in with some green for the foliage. So I'm just going to, and I'm trying to add these dots of color just where I would have added dots of color for the most part in the deeper colored areas. Do you know what I mean? Like enhancing the stippling, right? Some big, some small. I think that's the trick. I'll turn it so I get a little bit better angle for my painting. I'm really liking this. I feel like it just really adds a little something. And in some places, like if it's a tight space like that, I'm just barely touching the end of my paintbrush to the paper because I just want dots of color. Is anybody painting along with me? Is anybody using this same technique? Oh, I'm loving it. I mean, and think about, you could certainly do, yay, Sue, I'm glad. You could certainly do some contrasting colors if you like. Or you could do tone on tone as I'm doing here. I'm really, don't you love when it works? Because this is exactly how I kind of saw it in my dream. Like I had a whole different thing I was going to do today, and then I was like, oh, no! I know what I want to do. I want to try this. And it doesn't take a lot, like just barely. I know it seems a lot, but you're gonna be so happy. That you played with a new technique, and now you have a new technique to put in your artsy arsenal, in your noggin. Do you know what I mean? Let's see. There we go. And this is so simple. It's so simple, you guys. But look at the difference. I'm just loving it. It gives it a much, like, it's just so painterly, and so it kind of takes it to the next level artistically, which is what we're all about, right? You gotta get artsy. Oh my gosh, I'm just loving it. And, you know, good things come to those who wait. So don't be in a rush. Take your time. Your art will be so grateful. Let's see, a little bit more. And it really is, I have to say, it really is building these areas in ways that are kind of unexpected and fun, you know? Hey Diana, how are you today? Oh, golly, Carol. She's in our hearts and prayers, that's for sure. What a scary time to have to be in the hospital. Although, I mean, it is getting better, isn't it? With the vaccine and all, but still scary, and I'm sure you feel so far away. It's always those crazy times that, like, remind you of how far away you are. That's for sure. It is for me, at least. So let's build some down here. You guys, I'm just loving this. What a great dream. So funny, I was a while ago, Sue, when I was at Susan's store, and I was teaching I taught 3 classes in one day. I taught an art journaling class, and a lettering class, and Bible journaling. And while I was teaching, I was talking to my newfound friend Joanne Alsup, who drove all the way to Oklahoma City from Dallas just to take my classes. How amazing is that? Anyway, she I think I'm gonna use this, the yellow in here. I believe. No. Where's the yellow that I wanted to use? Anyway, we were just chatting, and I said, we were talking about God's gifts, you know, and how they're, I mean, not to get too religious or anything, I'm trying not to, but we were chatting, and I said, I'm so glad God gave me this gift. He knew it was just right for me. It was just right for me that I love art, and that I love to share it with everybody. And so we just had a good chuckle about that. And I said, yeah, he is God, so I guess he did know what he was doing. Okay, so I found my palette with the perfect yellow. So I'm gonna come in and start to do these Black-Eyed Susans. Oh my gosh, you guys. And just kind of, I like to just kind of trail it off. So like there might be, kind of like I do with stippling, there might be a random, he is pretty smart, isn't he? Thank God, he knows what he's doing. I like to kind of have it trail off, so then it's, it just kind of looks kind of a little bit more random and not even Steven, because I'm not all about the even Steven, that's for sure. That was one of the best weekends, wasn't it, Sue? And then we did it again the next year. We had ourselves a time. And then Sue and Ruth and Pam all came down here. And Trish, it was, oh my gosh. And then we just became fast friends. Well, I think we became fast friends that first, as soon as we met each other, didn't we, Sue? That's for sure. Because we all liked creating. And Susan's just the bomb diggity. That's for sure. All right. You guys, this is turning out so good. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I am loving this. So just, you know, have it be quite random. We did. We bonded over those amazing hamburgers. Remember at that hamburger shop next to her store? Now, at our new store, we gotta find a whole new place to eat. All right. So I did that. Now I need to do the pink. And then I kind of need to think about what I'm going to do with the lilacs. Hey, Renee, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Okay, let's see. You know what? I think I'm going to do this. See this green that's kind of more yellowy spring green? I think I'm going to come in with some of this. And add it to, oh my gosh, it's looking so good. Add it to some of the other greens to just kind of build it a little bit more dimension. Like nothing specific, nothing, all quite random. And if you go over on something, that's all right, right? That's okay. It's garbage day today and the garbage truck is outside. It is so loud. Can you guys hear it? I can sure hear it. I think this is working super well. Because you know I'm all about layers of color. And this is sure just randomly building color. Oh good. I'm glad you can't hear my trash truck. Cause it's so loud. All right. So then I think the only thing I have left is the pink. And then I gotta figure out something to do with the lilacs because I don't want them to feel left out. But I don't know. You can hear my dryer. It's laundry day too. Always a lot going on around here. We do like clean clothes every now and again. That's for sure. And you know, I was going to try and get my walk in early, and you know what? Well, that didn't happen. I just piddled around too much this morning. So I'm going to either have to walk inside my house because it just gets hot, or go for kind of a quick sweaty walk. It just helps my noggin, you know? And sometimes I come up with my best ideas on a walk. And it's good for my lungs and my heart and all those things. You know. I'm kind of liking overlapping some of them too. That's kind of cool. Like this light green on top of some of that darker green. That's kind of cool. I mean, not that it's happening in any kind of planned shape, form, or fashion. It's just kind of happening. All right, did I do all of the green? I think so. You know, when you're doing something like this, though, that's when you start to... Okay, I'm gonna turn this because I need to come down here with some random green, the lighter green. All right. You know what I was just thinking though? Oh, there's one place where I don't have darker green. That's what it was. So I want to come in, get some of that darker green down here. As I was painting along, I was like, oh, there's a spot I missed. Oh, let's see, right there. It's laundry day and garbage day at your house too. Well, it's nice that we can do all those things together, isn't it? Oh, has anybody else done the forget it in the washing machine and have to rewash it a few times? I've totally had to do that a few times in my days. Okay, so I have this deeper shade of pink here. I'm feeling like, well, let's get a little bit more water in there. Yep. That's exactly what I wanted. No littles are coming out on this though. I must have made it too watery. So let's do up here. I think it looks best if you do a couple of colors. At least I'm feeling like that. You know, you do you. You just take my technique and let her rip. You do you. Don't you love when you have a great creative dream? All right, let's see. We could come in. I did this yellow already. No, I didn't do this yellow. What if I do this yellow over here a little bit? That's kind of cool. Just not too much, just a little bit. It's just going to add a little bit of dimension. Just brings a little bit of that kind of orangey glow. And all these stippled areas, we need to build that up. Yep, I'm really liking it with that little bit of Was it really? Was it really, Keels? You know what my walk down the aisle song was? Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World. I loved it. Seriously, it is so coming to life. Oh my gosh. It's making me so happy, you guys. So I wonder, did I do this color already? Did I do a different, I think I did a different one. So I'm wondering, just a little bit. That's so funny because it's kind of, it has a little bit of sun glare on it. So I think it looks one way and then I pick it up and I'm like, oh, that's not at all what I was thinking. You guys, it is looking so, so good. Look at it. Just look at it. Layers and layers and layers of color. What could be finer? Not much, I tell you. Not much. Okay, so, oh, I know. So, I'm feeling like let's do the centers of the lilacs again, but like with a bigger blob of yellow. I feel like that might just make them all pop a little bit more. I just don't know what I'm gonna do with those lilacs. I'm still kind of hemming and hawing about it. It's seriously, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. And it's really quite simple. If you just take your time, don't be in a rush. Van Gogh says that we need to take time, that good things take time. So let's listen to him. He was pretty he kind of knew what he was talking about too, I think. Oh my gosh. It's looking so, so good, you guys. I was going to do some pen work, but I think I like it just the way it is. Let's see. What if, and you know what? So here's another thing. You can always mix your own layers. So I'm going to take some of this creamy yellow, right? And some of this brown. Didn't he? He kind of knew what he was doing too. So let's kind of mix up our own kind of a hybrid of the browns and the goldy yellows, and let's just come in. Yep, that's kind of just where I wanted it to be. And I'm barely, like I said, I'm just barely touch. Maybe because I mixed it on this palette over here. Maybe that's why. And it's not as deep. It's making nice smaller dots because I kind of like the smaller dots because you can, you know, you can always take color, you can always build color, but hard to take color away. Oh, we could go up into the cone of the flower too. That's kind of a cool idea. Especially if it's particularly dark, like this one, and look, this one is quite dark, so we want to kind of break up some of that too. Seriously. I'm really liking this. The more you kind of pull it out, the more painterly it looks, you know? And remember, it's okay if you overshoot it, because like this piece here, this is going to be fussy cut, right? So the edges don't matter. And this bigger one, I drew it especially so that you have edge to edge art, and then when you die cut it, you're going to be pleasantly pleased, I think, that you your art's going to go right to the edge. And I envision this with a nice stitched edge slimline and a nice stitched edge A2 that's just going to start that that slow build. So let's see. Let's start with this purple. I'm going to dry off the tip of my, and then just come in. So this one might take a little time, but it's worth it. So just do it quite randomly. It doesn't need to be evened out. It doesn't need to be, right? Because we just want it to look painterly. And random. And we could add some to this pretty clover. And do, you know, some big dots, some small dots. I hope you're all taking your time as you create, because it serves two purposes, right? It's certainly the act of creating with a purpose, right? We're going to make cards out of these and send them to someone and brighten their day. But it's also for your own self-care, to just take some time and just I know it sounds really hippy-dippy, but just become one with your colors and your painting. And I'm telling you, I think that Studies have shown the effects of creating during stressful times. Whether you know you're stressed or not, sometimes we don't know. I think sometimes you're so, it's become such a normal that maybe we forget that we're stressed. But let it serve two purposes for you. Let it serve you first and foremost, that you're creating and that you're taking that little moment to take care of yourself, you know. Ooh, let's take a drink of water. We haven't done that in a while, and I've been blabbing a lot. Little by little. Okay. All right. So I'm really liking this. I'm really liking the depth that we've created. Now I would like to add some white. 10 minutes. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Jan. 22 weeks. Oh, it's all real then, isn't it? Oh, poor thing. It does help work out. You know what? Jeff and I were just having this conversation about how creating certainly helps work out emotions, you know? Like, it gives you those big chunks of time to process things. We all need that. Oh, Jen, I'm so sorry. They just must be devastated. That's for sure. Okay, so I just added a little bit of water to some Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White to just make a nice watery white. So now I pulled off all of that excess that was on here, and I'm just dipping the end of my, and I'm just going to do my Lily of the Valley. As random polka dots. I just have a little bit of dimension on those too, because they would look odd, wouldn't they, if they had no dots? And that white on white that's awfully pretty. But I also want to come in with our white and brighten up everything. So I'm just going to put random white. So instead of splattering white, I'm just going to randomly add some white to everything, because that's just going to brighten everything right back up. Like, we got pretty deep with our colors. Yep. Look at that. It's doing its job. Don't you love when things do their jobs? It's doing exactly what I wanted. Jan, what part of Wisconsin are you in? Appleton, all right. So you are not far from Winneconne, correct? Green Bay, Winneconne area. Okay, so I don't have any details yet, but my sister and I are going to be driving through there mid-June. And Margaret, the owner of Winneconne Crafts, and I are working out some kind of teaching scenario. I don't know. We're still figuring it out. But I would love to meet you in real life. I think up here, I'm just going to do random. Do you know what I mean? Because there's so much going on. So I'm just going to kind of come in. Oh, heck yeah, Keels. So we're going to stop at K and Crafts in Moorhead, Minnesota. I do it every year. I am too. I know. Isn't that crazy, Jan? I know. Isn't that the craziest? I am so excited that I am fully vaccinated. And this Saturday will be the end of my 2 weeks and I'll be good to go. I will say that it does make me, I am feeling so much more comfortable about doing much of it. All kinds of things. Not that I'm going to go crazy or anything, but I do feel, you know, a little more brave about going out out and about. So if anybody's near Moorhead, Minnesota, I'm gonna be there too. I don't know if we're gonna do a virtual class or a in-person class or some kind of, I don't know. We haven't figured out exactly what we're doing. So like the 13th and 14th, around there is what we're still trying to work out our days off and all of that jazz. So during the middle of June, we won't have pop-in paint parties probably, and we won't have classes, but I'll just do them later in the month. I'll just do whimsical lettering later in the month, like once I'm home. But I would love to, I know we won't be able to spend lots of time together, but oh my gosh, if I could just see your faces in person. Oh, Okay, am I over on time? Probably. Probably. Oh. You guys, I'm loving this so dang much, I can't even stand it. I can't even stand how much I love it. Look at that. Stop it right now. Now I can't wait to make it into a card and post it on Instagram. Seriously, you guys. So paint your base, and then with your layers, your washi layers of color, and then just come in and build it up with dots and the end of your paintbrush. Seriously. Ooh, those purples. I need to... It just adds like a whole nother level of... Keels, I think so too. Me too. I mean, I love them all. I just, you know, I'm seriously loving this. Now I'm kind of thinking about, like, what am I going to do with, absolutely, acrylic white would totally work too. I'm just really liking just the artsy vibe of this one. And I hope everybody read about Aunt Florence, because she was just amazing, even though I never met her. But she loved my dad, and my dad's about the coolest guy in the whole wide world. He's funny. He's the kindest man in the world. He set the standard high, and Jeff Scott met all those standards. But he set the standard high, that's for sure, that dear old dad of mine. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to make these into cards. So I really hemming and hawing about, I'm feeling like white on white matte, like card base and matte. What do you think, Keels? Don't you think that that's going to make this all pop? Because I feel like black is too, it's going to be too kind of foreboding. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so happy with it. Oh. But I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait to build it. Well, you know, Keely, I kind of love everybody. You know. It was a way for me, because all of them are women, you know, but it was a way for me to pay a little tribute to my dad, too. Let's see. I think I want to try and do a couple of dots, like inside of some of this pink, because this pink is so, it's so dark that I think I'm going to try and lighten some of it. Yep. And you know what's so crazy, you guys? I brought all of these pens. I brought all of these pens upstairs because I wanted to, because I thought, oh, I can make dots with them too. And we didn't even, we didn't even start with them. Oh my gosh. I'm having so much fun with this technique. Cheryl, you'll need to watch the whole thing so you can see what we did today. If you would follow me, like me at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate it. And then ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Ann Corbiere Scott. One of the 3 questions is I ask for your email address, and that's how once a week I send out a little, I try to make it, it's not overwhelming, I don't think, is it? That's how you keep up to date on the artsy happenings of Aunt Corbiere Scott Designs, and you'll be the first to know a lot of things. So the Bible journaling artwork, you'll be the first to see it. You will, the newsletter people will be the first people to see it. If you somehow got bumped off my email distribution list, remember I told you that MailChimp will bump you off if you haven't opened so many, like so many in a row. So the way to counteract that is to, right here on this page on Aunt Corbiere Scott Designs, at the very, very top, I have a post that is a way for you to subscribe to my email. So be sure to do that. It's super easy. And then just open the emails. Even if you don't read it right away, just as soon as you get it, open it, and then you won't get bumped off anymore. So I'm sure we're over. I'm sure we're over because I just can't, can you tell I have a talking problem, and I was one of those kids that got in trouble for talking during school. Is anyone surprised? Absolutely not. I adore everyone. Be sure to go to Instagram if you have an Instagram and check out the giveaway post. I will try and repost that a little later today. Like I said, whimsical lettering is up on the website. You can sign up for that. And Bible journaling will be up lickety-split. I adore you all. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful for this friendship, for this fellowship, for this creative community. I'm so grateful. I don't, part of me doesn't want the pandemic to end because it forces us to get together, right? I love it. But, now we've all established ourselves as friends. I'm not stopping this. I'm not stopping online gatherings. That's for sure. Because now it's in my heart. So go out and have a tremendous Thursday. I will too. I am off to see Carmen. She's at work at Scraps of Love Sun City West today. So I'm off to see her. And then I'm coming home to draw. I adore you all. Thank you so much. And don't forget, Saturday is our Artist Studies Series workshop right here on Aunt Corbiere Scott Designs Facebook page. I adore you all. Bye.